Hey everybody, it's Bill from Matt-Trakker.com and welcome to another edition of games based off of my collection. Now, if you saw the first one that I did 3 games in that one video. After I thought about it a little bit, I wasn't overly happy with that. So what I'm going to be doing from now on is taking one game and then focusing on that for the video and give it the proper credit it deserves. Whether it's good or bad, I'm going to either suffer through it or enjoy it. And you get to watch it happen. Hopefully it's good, right? And there are very few games that I have played in my lifetime where I can put it in at any time, on any platform, and just play it. And that game is Contra by Konami. Now, I do have the figures in my collection. If you go back a couple episodes, you can watch the full My Collection video, and they are in there. I believe it was NECA Toys that released it a few years ago. Had to have it when they came out, and yeah, I've played all the Contra games, but I always go back to the first one. Most people say that Super C is better, but I think the combination of the gameplay and the music for the first game makes it more of a standout in my eyes. So, should I use the Contra code? You know what it is. Here it is on the screen here. Let's see what happens. I'll try it once. If I don't get it, then I'll play the game as is. So, well, let's take a look at the title screen. Whatever you did it right, let's see what happens. Oh, there we go, rest 30. Now, it's a 2-player game, and it's more one of the ones that are actually really enjoyable 2-player, but I always find 2-player games harder, because you have to cater to the weaker link on the team, and you're in this to kick ass and save the world. I always do that with the spread gun. If you like this gun here, the fire gun, you have some serious problems. Now, always get the spread. And think about this too. So you're playing a game, and you're shooting at those balloons or those blimps, whatever they are, and you know there's a spread gun in it, but you miss it. How does that make you feel? Me, I get enraged. It's been a while since I played this too, so I might be a little rusty. Hopefully not. And yeah, if you want a game that's like high action, short too, I think the entire game. I mean, if you don't suck at it, you could probably beat it in 15 minutes. And I believe this was a port from an arcade version of it. And was it the arcade version? I think it was an arcade version. It kind of stuck to it, but I never played the arcade version, so I have to play what I have. Beat the level, take a drink. Now, picture yourself playing this level for the first time too. You get this 3D perspective on here, and that doesn't happen often. Also, what do the R's do? I never knew what they did. If you know what they do, post it down here. I think other than piss me off when I get it, and I'm hoping that it's a spread gun, that's all it does. So, but listen to this music too. Atmosphere is a big thing in video games. Obviously, in today's games, they're mostly you're basically playing a movie with the cutscenes and just the way the graphics can go themselves. I mean, the last big game I played was Red Dead Redemption 2, and I felt like I was there. I felt like it was me. It was part of that gang. And this game here while it doesn't have those same graphics, it still sucks you in with the gameplay. Shit. I almost don't want to get it. I hate this thing. It's so slow. Some of these bosses are pretty easy. They each have little tricks that you can kind of take advantage of here. These ones here, obviously, you can see the spread of the cannon, where you can kind of get in one spot and just kind of pick off stuff. They kind of some of the bosses kind of repeat, not fully. They kind of repeat the premise. You'll see what I mean as we get a little later into the game here. See, the thing that sucks about this gun is that your bullets, you only get X amount to fire out, and until they hit something or leave the screen, you can't keep firing, so it leaves you defenseless. I don't recommend this at all, this gun. I recommend anything else. This level here is actually, no, think about what we've done so far. We did straight across, right? We've done 3D, and now we're going up. Think of that variety in a platform game like this. It's very rare at this time. Ooh, another fire gun. Yay. Now, the only positive of getting the fire gun is that it gets you points toward extra lives. The laser's not that good either. The only thing good with the laser is if you keep hitting the fire button, you can kind of keep the beam near you. But it's not conducive for fighting bosses. I've never had luck with it anyway. You're almost better with this is the starting gun. You suck. B stands for bomb. And what that does is it blows up everything on the screen. Oh, I'm sorry, it does not do that. It makes you invincible. I'm thinking of a completely different game. These little bastards here. Not very good at hiding. Alright, here we go. Get some spread action here. Oh, great. Watch the screen when you play too, guys. Yeah, I just killed you by killing the screen there. So I lost 2 lives anticipating getting the spread gun. That's just how important this gun is. Oh my god. Oh no, I'm gonna go down here. Oh, that is level with my feet. I can't dodge it. I screwed this up here. That was close. I don't know if you've played Super Contra or Contra 3, whatever the official title is, but some of those levels are pretty tough. This guy here. So what you want to do here is you want to not do that, and you want to wait for it to come down and just fire away. If I had the spread gun, it'd be a hell of a lot easier. Alright. You really need to take down these things so you can actually get a good position on when you're firing. Okay. And once you kill those, you just kind of find a spot where you're not going to get hit and shoot up. That's pretty much it. I'm starting to sweat a little bit. This game does that. It gets your adrenaline going. Like, so do you want a really fun game to play? Let's go with this. In Super Contra, did they do 3D stages as well? I don't remember. I haven't played that one as much as I played this. So I'm trying to remember if they did. If you know that answer, let me know. Now I could use if I had a turbo controller, it would make it a little easier here. But I'm using a regular controller to play the game. So, but if you have a turbo controller, you just basically hold the fire button in and just keep jumping around like a madman, and you can kind of accomplish a lot here. It's got an extra guy, and I lost it. All right. Have you ever beaten this game without using the Contra code? For as fun as it is, it's hard. It's hard to play especially when you're by yourself, and even more especially when you're with two people without the Contra code. You might as well not even play the game, because everybody, especially on the screens where you have the screen basically killing you if it goes up. You can kill your partner that way, which is a little bit of a jerk move, but keep up. Speaking of keeping up there, I'm going to stop for a second, soda break. Okay. So I'm 37 now. Playing these games, I don't get cramping in my hands. Do your hands get cramped when you play some of the older games with the original controllers? I find that sometimes that does happen, where you're holding something that's a little bit tighter, a little bit smaller, as opposed to like a PlayStation controller or an Xbox One controller, where it's a little more ergonomic. Just something to think about. Now, how important were video games to you growing up? Were you like the household that had the latest releases? And obviously, when we were kids, we didn't have internet, so you had to it was word of mouth, or if you were lucky enough to get Nintendo Power, you had that to go off of. And even then, sometimes you got lied to in those, but for the most part, they were able to give you at least some sort of insight into what games you should get. But it was its early stages. Early stages of the gaming community expanding as much as it did. The Atari 2600, that kind of started a whole base of things. But I hate this gun so much. Shit. Give me spread. Now these guys are going to shoot and then jump. If you stay still, actually those blue guys jump, I'm sorry. If you stay still, you can kind of not have it get in your way. You want to take this thing out here first, because something's going to come up on the top, and then you want to get rid of it. Now, out of all the bad guys in this game, I remember dying on this thing the most. Just because you can only hit it at certain points, and the bubbles that this asshole shoots out, they speed up out of nowhere and try to kill you. And there's no good pattern to follow on it either. Some games, some bosses have patterns that you can pick up. Most common are Mega Man. That's usually one where you have to know the pattern, otherwise you're not going to beat them. This one here is one of those, there's rare cases where there's no pattern. So you just kind of go and hope for the best. Almost got it. Okay. This level is a little tricky. It's deceiving. It looks like it's going to be easy, but these assholes right there, you're running, and they just pop up out of nowhere like that. And I find it kind of funny. Oh, the machine gun. I haven't gotten that yet. Let me get back up here. I find it funny that they do that. They just basically pop up out of nowhere. But the machine gun is gone now. But the machine gun's good because even if you don't have a turbo controller, you just hold it in, and then you kind of take over that. What's this? I don't know. I could look it up, but I'm not going to. I don't know. I never knew what R did when I played it when I was a kid. I still don't know what it does now. And yeah. Oh God! Spread. Where you at? Where you at? Yes. All right. I'm not losing this one. See these little pools here on the bottom? A lot of times guys are hiding in that, so you got to be careful. And the key for those ones there, those guys that are hiding in the water, just creep over as much as you can and try to trick them into jumping up at you. Alright, now this, if you know how to do this, it's pretty easy. Get all the way back, touch the button a little bit, crouch and fire as fast as you can. And don't move till it's dead because it fires like that last bullet and you might get killed by it. That's straight fire. Same thing here. It's going to be the same premise. Get over, go over a little bit, duck and fire. Oh man, what are some games that make you tense when you're playing it? Give you that adrenaline rush. This is definitely one of them. The Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past is my favorite game, but I think this is, it's like almost like 1A, 1B, where I have so much love for this game that I can't say that it's not my favorite. There were some games that came out on Sega that were Contra games as well, which is kind of weird. This one here, I think it was called Hardcore. It was nowhere near as good. This is one of the easier end bosses, by the way, especially if you have the spread gun, because the spaceships can't come out of it, so you just keep firing upward, and pretty much it. Oh no. If you're not familiar with this level, well, you have to have timing. If you don't have timing, and you're not using the Contra code, then you're not going to win. You'll see. Key 2 is like fire wildly at nothing, because chances are you're going to hit something, and it already helps you deplete the energy of that person, and hopefully it leaves you not dying. Especially because these guys appear out of the screen on that, like, with no notice. They just pop up. All right. So, see this here? This is one of the harder things to do in any video game that I've ever played, because of the power that the Nintendo has. And if a lot of things appear on screen at once, you get that drag. You know what I'm talking about. There's definitely games where that happens. But the timing on these stupid flamethrowers, even if you think you have it down, you don't, because you might miss a platform and screw it up. Do not rush ever on this level. Oh God, I always get killed here. Whew. You son of a bitch. wasn't even rushing. Oh my god. If you have the invincibility, you try to squeeze through it if you can. Wow, this is not working. Alright. Take advantage of whatever the game gives you. If it gives you, 2 seconds of invincibility after you respawn, use it however you can. That was even the hard part. They start changing the timing like that. Alright, should be in the clear. This boss is a little weird. His pattern is almost non-existent as well, and you can't jump over him. I mean, you can, but it's not easy because he jumps like that out of nowhere and then throws those weird discs. With the regular gun, it's not easy to do. But if he does that, if he just stays back and keeps jumping like an idiot, then it's easy to accomplish. Whew. Adrenaline's going, man. Whew. Let's stop for a second. That was 6 levels. And I'm looking down at the clock on my recording. It's 25 minutes. So I'm not going as fast as I probably could, but I'm also talking and dying at the same time. So think about that as you're playing it. A lot of people like to do speed runs. Some games you can't do it. This is not one of them. All right, let's pick it up. You're back to the jungle theme. This level is pretty hard, unless you know the timing of these things. Like they do change. What the fuck? I hate this gun. Oh, Indiana Jones action. I tend to stay off those things. This is the way they bounce you around. You don't have any control over it. It's not as easy. And those things pop up out of nowhere too. I forgot about those. Yeah, these random, faces here come up and these wall faces come up and hinder your progress. So you could be flowing through this and then all of a sudden pretty much get slapped in the face. So now as I do more of these episodes, I don't think I'm going to complete every game I play because some games take forever. Since this one's a little shorter, I have the ability to do that. But for the most part, I want to talk about the game. I want to talk about how it feels to play it, like your memory of it, and kind of take it from there. There are other channels out there that complete games. You can find them. There are other channels that review games, just games themselves, and they pick apart the weird things, and most of them target the bad games because those are the ones that you get the most material out of, like when you're making fun of something. For me, I'm playing the games that I loved, but also the games that I had based off of the collection, and I might not love it. I love the collection part of it, but the game itself, not much. And case in point, I tried playing the M.A.S.K game on the Commodore 64. M.A.S.K is one of the all-time greats, but the game is shit. I mean, for what it is, it's not bad, but for a licensed product to have such a bad representation like that, it's... Ooh, that was close. It's not flattering. Same thing for Masters of the Universe, too. I mean, I'm not like a diehard Masters fan, but it was more popular than M.A.S.K, and they got almost nothing video game wise. This is kind of like almost like a retread of the first boss, where you're having to, stop this random cannon thing from firing, and it's all right. Fuck. Getting near the end already. I do remember that. All right. Alien's Lair. 13 guys left. Or lives. Oh my god, that was great. I forgot that jump. Now, the key to this level is, alright, so you do want to take out a lot of the background fire. So, and you'll see what I mean by that in a second after I kill whatever the hell this thing is. Those little shrimps that it fires out, they, like those bubbles a few bosses ago, they kind of pick up speed out of nowhere and do that. Now these here, you want to take these down because they keep firing these little, cotton balls, and they're almost like a heat-seeking thing. And if you're fighting them for it, you have your last guy on here and you're getting to the end of the game, you definitely want to... Oh my god, no! Pretty sure that's the last spread in the game. I just walked off the freaking edge. Oh, I got an extra guy. It's amazing too, if you think about it, the amount of games that had alien presence in it. Another classic was Metroid, and a lot of the alien things that I remember playing had a lot of pomp and circumstance around them. Basically, this was an ambitious project for Konami to take on, and it seemed for the creators of Metroid. You're basically formulating your own alien world. And it's just cool to see, to have that happen. Mario's a little weird, but, oh, this is the end, by the way, here. Get in there and fire. If you have the Contra code. Otherwise, you have to worry about taking down these things first. You can kill them. But since I have the guys left, I'm just going to keep going. And there you go. That's Contra. I can't believe I'm actually sweating. This is crazy. We did it. We did it. Even the end game, sorry, thinking about the Avengers. The end credits, the music, it's amazing. 8-bit, I mean, I wish this had like a instrumental soundtrack. There are some covers out there of the main, the jungle theme, but it's just mind-blowing how exhilarating this game is. Whew. All right. Well, that's Contra. Again, when I do these, I'm probably not going to get through an entire game, just because, well, a lot of what I collect, there's not a lot of good games for them. I lucked out here. Let me know your thoughts on Contra, your memories of Contra, and if you've ever beaten the game without the Contra code, let me know, because I've only done it once when I was younger. I guess my hand-eye coordination isn't as good as it used to be, because I can't do it without it. But thanks for joining me. This was a lot of fun. And until next time, this is Bill from Matt-Trakker.com, and I'll talk to you later.